The Ace family. Not quite the ideal family unit. Ever had one of those friends who are about your age and already have had about 2 or 3 kids and seem to post about them and themselves just a little too much on social media? Well, even if you haven't met one personally, the internet is plagued with the influencer family. A whole vein of content dedicated to the vlogging, parking, and all-around content creating focused on a relatable family unit and their many escapades through life. And like with every influencer business model, especially the ones led by YouTubers, it's plagued with scams and scandals. Just like with every online trend, there's the good and the bad with the influencer family. And when it comes to the bad, we're taking a peek today at one of the worst. They've been making a lot of waves lately for their many scandals and dubious entrepreneurships. All right, let's be honest, they're scams. They do scams. But before we do, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to Moolah TV so you never miss any of our videos. They're the highest card in poker, and you bet they got one up their sleeves. The Ace fam. All in the family. Austin and Catherine McBroom, alongside their 3 children, Steele, Ellie, and Aaliyah, make up the Ace family, a typical YouTube funny family of pranksters and influencers on the side for good measure. Austin was a former NCAA basketball guard who committed to the St. Louis University men's basketball group in Missouri. He has also participated in other sports such as baseball and soccer. In 2015, Austin began dating his spouse, Catherine, who gave birth to their first child, Ellie, on May 28, 2016. They were engaged in August of 2017 and were married off camera in 2019. In October of 2019, it was announced that Catherine was expecting a second child. In a video titled "Mother and Daughter Surprise Daddy with Pregnancy Announcement, Speechless," was uploaded on February 6th and was trending on YouTube. They later announced that it was a girl in a vlog of a party held by Kylie Jenner. On October 17, 2018, Catherine and Austin welcomed their second daughter, Aaliyah Marie McBroom. Then, 2 years later, Catherine revealed via Instagram that she was several months pregnant with a son, but had chosen to keep the pregnancy private this time. She gave birth on June the 20th and named the child Steel Boy. A week after their son's birth, they revealed a new website called the Ace Club, which had exclusive content at the cost of $20 a month. However, it was unpopular for its lack of content and the videos being leaked for free on other social media sites. Due to the lack of subscribers, they later changed the terms of the Ace Club to cost 99 cents for the first month's subscription, then $20 a month for additional months. In late 2020, they stopped uploading content on the Ace Club website and shut it down, claiming they were scammed. According to NailBuzz, the Ace family has an estimated net worth of $18 million. Since becoming a family unit, they have launched merch, had numerous brand partnerships, and seemingly endless scandals, some of which we will be covering later. As a bit of a kooky aside, Catherine believes in past lives and the power of crystals. She is an avid believer in psychics and claims when she was young, one told her she would marry a sports star and have 3 children, the youngest of which would be a boy. She states she has a fear of the ocean stemming from one of her 87 past lives, where she was a royal mermaid forbidden from going on land. She suffered an anxiety attack in early 2021, which she claims was the result of experiencing a past life regression and being temporarily transported to a previous life. You'd think all that knowledge of past lives might have helped her foresee that she was later going to get sued for $30 million by TBL Cosmetics for attempting a coup on the Gateway 1212 skincare. Yikes. Which, speaking of, leads us to the many, and really many little scams and grifts this family has been caught trying to pull. From small to big. From generally creepy behaviors to just straight up obnoxious. Here are the scandals. Aces in the hole. Basketball charity. Not quite a three-pointer. In June of 2018, they held a charity basketball event and announced they would donate $100,000 towards their charity of choice and any further money the event made. The event was a sellout and included a performance from Glenn Travis. When the Ace family only donated $75,000 and gave no explanation for why, it caused controversy for fans, who deduced they made a higher amount than that, but never went through with their promise to donate all of the money they made. Some say the missing money went to the payment of the event, but if that's the case, it would be an odd thing not to advertise first, considering they literally said they would be donating all of the proceeds. Exposed tweets. The greatest hits. Throughout July and August of 2018, many tweets posted by Austin were found, which were considered racist and/or sexist. Most of these tweets were posted between 2011 and 2013 and were called out for being offensive particularly to Black people, Asian people, and women in general. Many of the tweets had not been taken down until discovery, and the Ace family has since deleted the thread. Ace fam cam scam. In mid-2018, the Ace Family app was released and hype was built upon their main YouTube regarding the exclusive videos available to what Austin described as real Ace Family members. In October, however, it was revealed via Twitter that only those who paid a monthly subscription fee would get to view those videos. You know, like real family does. It was also pointed out about this time that many who had ordered items from the app had been charged, but had to wait months for their arrival or had not received them at all. When merchandise ran out on the channel, it was not replenished and subscribers continued to be charged, resulting in many calling the app a scam. In 2019, they announced they were taking a break from YouTube to focus on their app, which ironically enough was eventually removed and members refunded. The Ace Family claimed they themselves had been scammed, but without being able to see the bill, well, who knows. Another controversy arose in the same month when Catherine and Austin were accused of scamming audiences to increase subscriber numbers. They posted in a video they would give $100,000 to a member of the Ace Family, typically a term used to describe subscribers to their channel, who could complete a basketball challenge and asked fans to respond if they wanted to be part of the challenge. Later that same month, however, they sent out a post saying they had selected 20 basketball players and YouTubers to compete. Ultimately, they gave the money to a wealthy basketball player who they were friends with, but was not an official competitor or known to be a subscriber. Which really makes you feel like a special part of the fan club, probably. A bit of a more recent and yet unfinished grift. Austin launched How I Became a Millionaire, HIBAM, a $50 per month subscription service where he teaches people how to get rich in February of 2021. But when fans signed up for the program, many said they found their credit cards being declined and issues with the website. McBroom said it was due to high traffic, but fans are unsure if they can trust any Austin projects after Ace Club. You can definitely see a pattern in these scams, right? But that's not all of the controversies this family has been involved in. Buckle up, guys. This is going to get intense. The sex toy scandal. In January of 2019, Austin was accused of inappropriate behavior when he posted a video on Instagram of himself taking a young girl, who is not one of his children, into an alleged adult shop and buying her a, let's say, phallic-shaped lollipop. Shortly after, he deactivated his Instagram account before reactivating a few days later with the video removed. "Guys, I'm in so much trouble," says Austin McBroom in the video, "but she said she was going to steal it if I didn't buy it, so..." The child with him is not his own toddler Ellie, but appears to be related to his partner, Catherine Pays, according to BuzzFeed News. The Twitter user who found the footage alleges Pays was at the store as well, though she's not seen in the portion of the video that was uploaded to Twitter. A number of users have responded with concern for the toddler, saying what Austin did constitutes as sexualizing a child. Some Twitter users who responded to the video have noted that the shop Austin took the child into looks to be Spencer's, a chain novelty store that, unlike many outright adult shops, does not have an age requirement for entry, but nonetheless is known for selling adult-themed products. And, do we really have to tell a father of 3 how weird it is to buy a toddler sex toys as a joke? But even this last controversy pales in comparison to what comes next. The big one. The one everyone is talking about. You know which one. The social glove scandal. The latest money bag the head of the Ace household seems to be intent on running off with is from an event called Social Gloves. The boxing event pitted top YouTube stars against TikTokers. Not days after its launch, and it's already been involved in several lawsuits claiming that the investors and fighters have not been paid. Nate Wyatt and Taylor Holder have recently filed official lawsuits against Social Gloves. The main investor, NBA star James Harden, has sent legal letters to McBroom. He is seeking to recoup his $2 million investment. Social Gloves streaming and marketing partner LiveX Live sued Austin McBroom for $100 million. Charges range from defamation and breach of contract to fraud. There has even been some dispute over who owns Social Gloves. LiveX Live CEO Robert Ellen said, "If you read our lawsuit, including the fraud charges and so on, Austin owns Social Gloves. There's some really telltale information that he even tried to change the ownership to fool some of these kids." On the other hand, or maybe the other glove, the only 2 other investors in the event were James Harden and LiveX Live. So what exactly went wrong on this end? Well, it turns out it wasn't exactly a big brain move. The problem McBroom faces is that the event didn't generate enough revenue to pay all of the fighters and investors. McBroom estimated that the event would generate $200 million to $500 million. You know, like smart people do about amateur boxing events involving mostly minor major app celebrities. Of course, the event only sold 136,000 subscriptions for packages starting at $49.99 and going up to $89.99, which is an insane amount of money to pay for this type of event. Needless to say, most fighters were unaware that the sales were going to be less than expected. Ellen claims McBroom was telling the others that he didn't know any of the numbers. He was getting the numbers every day. And as it got closer to the fight, he was getting it every hour. And as we got into the last couple days, he was getting it every 15 minutes. You know, the type of attitude honest business people always have. The main reason that the event didn't generate more revenue is because it wasn't available on pay-per-view. Again, to quote one of the event promoters, Austin was so arrogant and so egotistical about this that he refused to put it on cable and satellite. This is the ultimate stupid pill. 98% of every ticket in pay-per-view, in this history of pay-per-view that has been sold, was over cable and satellite. But surely someone must have made some money out of all this, right? Well, apparently, there's not a single YouTuber that's complaining. So, if none of the YouTubers are complaining, but none of the TikTokers were paid, well, it doesn't take a genius to figure out what's going on. Ellen remains positive that a solution can be reached. Ellen said it's still fixable, and all he has to do is grow up. You've got to take the L. We've all been there. You man up, you sit down with all your business partners, you don't send bankruptcy letters, you don't send threats of bankruptcy, you don't hire bankruptcy lawyers unless you're trying to beat James Harden. I signed an agreement that says that James Harden is first position, that Social Gloves signed as well. This has to be an adult decision, and I think that Austin's biggest problem is that he's not surrounded by the right people. Yeah, no offense, Mr. E, but we don't think Father Ace over here is the guy to sit down for an adult conversation. So, what do you think about YouTuber families and them using their reach and content to turn their whole families into businesses? Do you know any other famous online influencer scammers you'd like us to tackle on the channel? Let us know with a comment, a like, and of course, as long as you're willing, a subscribe.